Hi everyone, welcome to today's video. So today I'm going over another state of what to watch for on election night. Tonight I'm going over the state of Maine. Now before I get into it, the first thing I want to say is I've been using this website in the map, the New York Times map, for a while now. This is the first state I have an issue with. For Maine, they put the chart right where Maine is. Like it literally takes off like half the state. Like couldn't have put it right here, but that's something, whatever. But yeah, so if you're mad that half the state of Maine is missing, I'm sorry, I'm mad too. There's nothing I can do about it. Yeah, no, there's nothing I can do about it. But yeah, so Maine, state of Maine, 4 electoral votes. Interesting fact: this is one of the only 2 states in the country, this in Nebraska, that votes by congressional district. So, say if Hillary Clinton won the state of Maine back in 2016, she received 2 electoral votes because she won the state, representing the 2 senators who represent the state. So 2 electoral votes. And then there's 2 congressional districts in Maine. So statewide vote is 2, and then the 2 districts. So the first district, which has Portland in it, voted, because it's Portland, big city, Democratic turnout. Hillary Clinton won the first district. The second district is where a lot of this red is, and where Bangor is, and President Trump was able to win the second district. So we actually got 1 out of the 4 electoral votes in Maine, which I don't believe it happened for a while. I think George Bush might have got that in 2004, but I don't think so. So it's been a while since a Republican won one of the districts in Maine. So President Trump was able to do that. And President Trump only lost to Hillary Clinton by about 48 to 45, 47.8, 44.9 margin, which President Trump overperformed what many people were expecting in Maine, including myself. I was looking on election night towards what's going to be close in New England, and to be quite honest, I just thought it was New Hampshire. Like, if you don't know, I'm from Massachusetts, so I know Massachusetts wasn't going to be close. I know Connecticut, Rhode Island, and Vermont weren't going to be close probably, so I was looking at New Hampshire. But Maine was a lot closer than I surprisingly thought, and Maine has a lot more Republicans in it than I thought. But in 2020, however, the polls show that Joe Biden is performing much better than Hillary Clinton did, which makes sense. And I think Joe Biden will win the state of Maine, probably by a bigger margin than Hillary did. However, President Trump, I still think, will have enough support to win Maine's second congressional district, despite that the congressional candidate is a Democrat and will probably win. I think President Trump will hold on to enough votes to win Maine's second district, probably by a smaller margin. He won it by 10 last time. He'll probably win it this time by like 4 or 5. But I do think President Trump will be able to win Maine's second district, but lose the state again. So the city of Portland, 102,000 votes. A third of Hillary Clinton's vote margins came from the city of Portland. Portland is the big city in Maine. Portland pretty much makes up for a lot of the state of Maine. Like President Trump, 335,000 votes. A third of the vote in Portland for Hillary Clinton. Portland makes up a lot of this state. Bangor is another kind of city-ish that's smaller, but it did vote for President Trump in the county, but Portland, it's really all about Portland in this state. President Trump will win the rural suburban areas up here, but you know, they're like tiny-ish. They have like a few thousand votes. This one with Bangor has a few tens of thousands of votes, but most of these counties are smaller, rural-ish, foresty counties. But President Trump needs to win these smaller counties to be competitive, to make up the margins. What's going to happen in Portland? President Trump will not be able to win the state of Maine if Joe Biden is getting like 70% in Portland. But if Joe Biden's getting like 55% or something, President Trump could win the state, because President Trump, all the red votes up here probably offset what happens in Portland. But York County, which is right along the New Hampshire border, this is part of the seacoast area of New Hampshire that extends up through Maine. These smaller counties that aren't too big, that are relatively competitive, this really makes up the margin in the state, because Portland and all of the red kind of offset, and then these closer counties that vote within a few percentage points for the Democrats, this is what determines the win. And President Trump, if he could win York County, or if he could win Hancock County or Waldo County, if President Trump could cut into these counties and win a lot of this margin, President Trump could be very competitive and potentially win the state of Maine. Now, that being said, I have seen no data that shows President Trump is capable of cutting into these counties and winning the state of Maine. I'm just giving you the hypothetical of if President Trump were to win the state of Maine, how would he do it? He would have lower, Joe Biden would have lower margins in Portland and Cumberland County. President Trump's turnout margins would probably be even bigger in the rural areas. President Trump would have to flip York County, probably have to flip Saginaw County, probably have to flip Lincoln County, and then Knox County would have to be smaller. Waldo County, President Trump would have to flip, and then Hancock County would probably have to be a lot smaller. So that's how President Trump would win. But on election night, I expect Joe Biden will win Maine, and I expect Portland's turnout to probably be a little bit bigger than last time around, probably like 61, 62% in Portland. And then maybe look for Bangor to be a little smaller victory margin than last time around. So that's going to do it for today's video, guys, for the state of Maine. Thank you so much for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.